showtime! For David Benavidez versus... Even here is going to be good, gentlemen.
World Championship fight, expect a World Championship effort. Receive my instructions in the dressing room. You both know what I expect. This is the end of Showtime Championship Boxing. Please end it with class. Touch gloves, good luck to both of you.
Got my instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen, my...
Actually, two of them left.
The Mexican monster, David Benavidez!
The air was thick with excitement as the world's eyes turned to the T-Mobile Arena, where an atmosphere like no other was building fans. Not only from Las Vegas, but from every corner of the globe, filled the arena in anticipation of what promised to be an unforgettable night in boxing, the roar of the crowd. The pulse of the music and the dazzling lights set the stage for the fight of the year. At the center of it all were two men who had been on a collision course for years, each carrying their own unique stories and ambitions. On one side, David Benavidez, the relentless former WBC super middleweight champion, known for his ruthless fighting style and unyielding pursuit of greatness. On the other, David Morrell, the undefeated Cuban phenom, young, confident, and brimming with raw potential. This was more than just a fight. It was the next step toward boxing immortality. The stakes couldn't be higher. The winner would earn the chance to face the undisputed light heavyweight champion, stepping in one step closer to what many consider the crown jewel of boxing, Canelo Alvarez, for Benavidez. This was the culmination of years of waiting. Calling out Canelo and watching the Mexican superstar move in different directions while Benavidez sharpened his skills. For Morrell, it was a massive test, an opportunity to prove he wasn't just another talented prospect. But a real contender in the world of boxing. Fans packed the arena to witness this epic showdown, knowing they were about to experience something special. The energy was palpable. Every corner of the venue hummed with anticipation. As fight fans, media, and even casual spectators knew they were witnessing a fight that could change the course of both men's careers. The tension was thick, as each fighter's journey to this point was filled with sacrifices, challenges, and triumphs. The crowd already on it was ready for what was to come. Every moment felt like to come before the storm, from the opening bell to the final round. This wasn't just going to be a regular boxing match. It was going to be a war, a battle of wills, a clash of styles that would reveal who was truly ready to claim their spot at the top of the light heavyweight division. The atmosphere intense, electric, unforgettable. The T-Mobile Arena buzzed with excitement as the bell rang, signaling the start of what would be a career-defining fight for both men. The atmosphere was electric, but inside the ring, David Benavidez and David Morrell had different strategies in mind. The first round was a chess match. Both fighters measuring each other, testing the waters, and trying to set the tone for the battle ahead. Morrell's strategy from the moment the bell rang. Morrell appeared the more mobile of the two with a youthful energy. He darted around the ring, staying on his toes and utilizing his footwork to create angles. The strategy was clear. Keep Benavidez at bay with his jab and movement, using his speed to frustrate the bigger, more powerful man more through quick, sharp jabs, trying to establish his range and keep the fight at a distance. His objective was to create enough space between him and Benavidez, frustrating his opponent's natural forward pressure. Morrell's jab was fast, but not as powerful as Benz's his goal.
Two Cuban guys in 168. Before I have a Benavidez, I have me two in 168. So when the fight. But now, when the Berlanga, like watch Berlanga before, he said like him no, Berlanga is easy for him. So the child is turning off for 168 too. So what do you mean? You know, everything's here. You know, like I'm not talking here. Everything's here. That's it. For me, like.
Wasn't necessarily to land clean shots, but rather to keep Benavidez from advancing. He circled the ring frequently, always looking for openings, but never staying in one place for too long. His footwork was slick, a clear indication that he was trying.
Man, this fight is bullshit, everybody knows, so no more question for this fight, man, please. Everybody knows it's bullshit, this fight, so, you know what I mean, like, it's business. It's business, like, can I know how bad...
To avoid the kind of grueling battle, Benavidez was known for close quarters and brutal exchanges. But Morrell had yet to prove he could maintain this pace over the long haul against someone as relentless as Benavidez. Benavidez's response as the round progressed. It became clear that Benavidez wasn't fazed by Morrell's movement, rather than chasing him around the ring. Or overextending, Benavidez displayed a level of composure that suggested he was patiently waiting for his moment. He closed the distance, slowly utilizing his high guard and head movement to slip in and out of range.
You know, he's in for a long, long night. When I tell him I'm breaking his mouth, that's really what I want to do. I'm not playing around. I'm going in there, and that's exactly what I intend on doing.
What was the main thing that he said that really got you going?
While Morrell's speed and agility might have looked impressive early on, Benavidez wasn't rushed or flustered. Instead, he was calm, almost methodical, inching closer and closer. With every step, despite Morrell's best efforts to frustrate him,
said he was going to stop it at that point, but the bell was really what saved him. And then we get into round two, and the onslaught was on. That right hand, left, jab, by look. Benavidez sent Lemieux through the ropes, but he got back up.
Benavidez wasn't chasing shadows. He knew that it wasn't about trying to catch Morrell in the first few minutes. Instead, he focused on cutting off the ring, narrowing Morrell's escape routes, and applying pressure without being reckless.
There, do not fight on the ropes. Well, you don't want to stay in one spot too long, and that was a good body shot there. One another's ability inside that ring. Yeah, if you're Benavidez, this fight. It isn't even. It is a very
big
close.
shot. And he got it throughout the first 3 rounds. Here in the 8th.
It's certainly his best round.
His long jab and aggressive forward motion set the tone, forcing Morrell to use more energy with each step. The tension in the round was palpable. As the minutes tick by, Benz's confidence began to grow.
Somebody like him. At the end of the day, he's never fought nobody like me. And I'm gonna prove everybody that there's levels to this. And I'm not playing when I'm saying I'm gonna break his mouth.
He could see that Morrell's energy was being drained, and that while he wasn't landing power shots yet, he was slowly wearing down his opponent, with his suffocating pressure end of the round with just a few seconds left in the first. Benavidez found his opening. He unleashed a solid jab, not a wild, desperate punch, but one that was perfectly timed and placed. Jab landed cleanly on Morrell's face, and the force behind it caused Morrell to stumble back, losing his balance for just a moment. It was the first real sign that the relentless pressure was starting to take its toll. Morrell had been trying to control the distance, but the jab reminded him that Benavidez was never too far away.
David Benavidez, unbeaten, taking on former middleweight champ David Lemieux into the first round. It was that left hand that drops Lemieux as he's basically going down. But you know what? He got saved basically by the bell. Let's be honest.
Always lurking and ready to pounce. The round ended, with both fighters returning to their corners. But Benavidez had already established the kind of rhythm that would make Morrell's job much harder. As the fight wore on, Morrell's early strategy had been to frustrate Benavidez with his movement and speed.
And then in the third, boy, that left hook, right hand did some damage to Lemieux. And Lemieux's corner has said that was enough. Asked Harvey Dock to step in. They said enough was enough. And David Benavidez.
But the first round had shown that Benavidez was more than capable of absorbing early jabs and staying calm. Under pressure, it was only a matter of time before his controlled aggression began to break Morrell's resolve as the bell rang to signal. The end of the first round, Benz's corner was visibly pleased with their fighter's performance. Morrell, however, would have to go back to the drawing board. His plan of keeping distance had been effective to an extent.
After the previous hook, so he's tagging Bozdik.
Oh, there's a counter right hand from Bozdik momentarily.
But now he had to adjust before Benitez started to truly take control. The second round began with Morrell looking to regroup after the pressure he'd faced in the opening round.
Know what that was, and I just think he's hoping for the best here. But he's out in the first round. But in one of those fights, it was the opponent who did the knocking out. Trayvon Lawson upsetting Angel Barrientos. Look at.
As soon as the bell rang, he was more active with his jab, trying to establish his distance and get his rhythm back. His strategy was clear: reassert control, keep Benavidez at bay, and avoid letting the pressure become overwhelming.